Perfect. So in the previous session, we just pushed all the code into that GitHub, right? So here we just created the repository, and all the files we just pushed into this repository as well. Our repo name, which is okay. What is the repo name? Sorry. DevOps, Shamor. What is a repo name? Anybody? Project, okay. Yes, give me a finance app. So this is a repository, right? And even we just push all the files from local repo into remote repository. Now this file, let's try to do the test, and we'll push into, the deployment. We'll do that, right? So now all the files we just pushed into that repository, into the remote repository, right? So here let's consider it is your remote repo. So from this remote repo, we need to pull and do test. So in this case, we are talking about CI, right? So when I say CI, it is nothing but continuous integration. We don't want to do the manual activities over here. So in this, in terms of configuring CI, we need integration tool, which is Jenkins. So Jenkins, it is an integration tool, right? So if you want to do that automation, let's consider for testing team, if they do have some sequence activity, we can schedule as per the schedule, the Jenkins it's going to trigger. It is not only for testing environment. Even if you want to build any activities or want to create the release pipeline to the QA or dev or production platform, right? So all the activity we can do. See, ideally, we are going to create two pipeline, one which it is, build pipeline, right? So, and another one which is, release pipeline. So two pipelines we are going to create, right? So release pipeline, it is for the deployment perspective. Build pipeline, it is for integration, right? So first we need to create the build pipeline using by build tool. We do have multiple open source tool which is available in the market based on our runtime. So accordingly, we just try to install build tool on top of Jenkins itself, and let's try to deploy the application. See, ideally Jenkins, it is a open platform. You know it is a legacy tool, I would say. Previously, we used to call Hudson. You might heard, before 8 years ago, we used to call Hudson. After 2014 or 2013, I'm not sure. Afterwards, we started to call Jenkins. It is completely based on Java. These two, they built it using by Java, right? So widely we are using Jenkins. So there is no competitor tool is there. I would say Jira integration tool also are available, but in the real time, I'm not sure how much of organization are they using. I'm not sure. But ideally, if you go for Azure pipeline or AWS pipeline, you can see AWS also, they do have their own pipeline, code pipeline. You can see here, see which is code pipeline for, okay, here you can see here code pipeline. See, so this is continuous delivery. Okay, on in AWS platform itself, we do have option to build your pipeline. This is for continuous delivery, not for continuous deployment. Continuous deployment is differ, and delivery is differ. Okay, let's try to understand. Even if you go for Azure also, again, we do have two pipeline, build and release pipeline. But behind of they do have the integration, which is Jenkins, right? So now, what would be the abstraction of, we are going to, bring up Jenkins machine, a Jenkins machine top of Jenkins. Let's try to install Maven, and we are not going to understand testing at this point. Okay, so testing, it is different platform. Anyhow, the DevOps engineer is not going to be part of testing. So the Selenium team, I mean, the testing team will take care using by different testing tool. That is their responsibility. Our responsibility, once if they have tested, how to check the vulnerability for this code, what would be the strength of this code, whether the code does the strength to expose, or bear the load, or if I'm getting the huge traffic, right? So the application should not go stuck, right? So these are the activity we are going to analyze. Let's try to bring up Jenkins. Once if you bring up the Jenkins, again, let's try to install Maven top of Jenkins. So why I'm going to install Maven in, in the sense, we do have the application which is a Java. So I'm just going to take this application. It is open source application. Again, if you want to build also, you try to build, I will share this URL. Okay, so it is Java based application. So this application, let's try to build on, Jenkins platform with the help of Maven. After build it, again, let's try to integrate with your Docker. I mean, let's go with the Docker and K8s cluster platform, which is Kubernetes. And, using by this, let's try to convert this application as a microservices. And we can expose those microservices over the internet using by multiple components. We are, see, who want to understand Kubernetes, I mean, end to end, anybody, if they want to understand, that is different batch. I'm taking only in the weekend, but the fundamental we are going to discuss over this curriculum. So CKA, Certified Kubernetes Administrator, that is quite vast, and it is a demand tool. I hope you know. If you know Kubernetes, you know the market value, right? So so complete the Kubernetes, if you want to understand, that will be a different batch. But in this curriculum, we are going to spend, 10 to 12 hours for Kubernetes. Practically, I'm just going to demonstrate. I will show you. See, these are our Kubernetes architecture. Okay, so we should be understand how to write the script. All the stuffs will be there. Okay, let me show you the topics which I'm going to walk through. Let me open. Yes. So here, synapses. That's correct. See here. In this curriculum, we are going to understand these are the components. Okay. I mean, these are the components. But completely, who want to understand the end-to-end architecture, again, you need to spend 15 hours. I mean, sorry, it might be 25 hours, sorry. So it will be 25 hours. That is a different batch. Okay, so you are going to understand all the stuffs. So once if you understand, you can able to crack CK certification, I'm sure. Okay, so that is up to you. Let's see. The fundamental, if you feel comfortable, then you can go ahead with this. But I will never prefer, I mean, I will never suggest to this activity for the fresher, because fresher, it's very difficult to understand. Multiple ad hoc command, manifest file, some automation, initial scripting, these are the prerequisites to understand this, right? So those synapses, let me share across to everyone. But again, once you build it, how to convert it as your container services top of your Kubernetes cluster using by Docker, how can we deploy? Let's try to understand. And for that application, I mean, any server writes, if I want to do patch update, or let's consider I do have multiple Jenkins file, right? So one master and multiple slave missions are there, right? So I just want to collect the audit logs from all the Jenkins server. Let's consider um, a simple task they are giving for us. I do have 10 server, right? So for this 10 server, I need the disk usage. Ideally, what we used to do, the disk usage, if I want to understand, you need to log in into 10 server, then collect all the disk space. I mean, the utilization and free space, right? I don't want to do that, 10 job activity over here. You think about manpower and think about your time consumption. So I can do the automation using by Ansible. Let's say I just want to collect the disk space. I can write it on the script over here, deploy that script, it's going to trigger. So here we should know Python. Okay, we should see the basic, at least you should know. I mean, the Ansible, it is running using by Python. Widely, we are using Ansible rather than using Terraform, Puppet, Chef. Okay, so Ansible, why we are preferring, in the sense it is lightweight tool. So you no need to reserve any high level hardware optimization not required. You just install Python package, and top of that you can go and write it on the script over there. Then Ansible behalf of us, it's gonna be triggering and fetching the data from the agent server. All right, so let's try to understand how this tool. Right now, we just done that it. So let's try to integrate all the code into that integration tool. We'll see further. So this is the flow, right? Okay, so Jenkins, as I told you, this tool completely, based on Java. So on top of Java, if you want to customize, you using by Groovy script, you can customize, the integration tool. I mean, any activity if you want to do, let's consider the testing or build team. Okay, the build team want to check the unit test for the code. I don't have, the option to do automation. I can go and write it on the Groovy script. Okay, so Groovy script, widely we are using Groovy script in Jenkins. Okay, so this script, if you are being aware of, would be great. If you're, I mean, Groovy script, some developers, I'm not sure how many developers are here, but if you guys be aware of, it would be great. So we can do multi automation based on your environment. You can customize the tool. That is the beauty. If you go for Jenkins, based on my requirement, I can do customization over there. All right. So first, let's try to bring up the Jenkins server. Jenkins, it does UI part, user interface, using by 8080 port, you can call the Jenkins server. Right. Okay. So for Jenkins, we need to create 3 server. Probably it depends on your requirement. One server, let's try to consider master, and rest of server would be, slave. Okay, so at any given point of time, the pipeline should not be down. Let's consider all the code you are integrating with the master. Unfortunately, the master is down. The entire pipeline will be in downstream because we just deployed the 2 pipeline top of your master itself, right? So master, due to hardware or OS issue, if it is down, then the entire pipeline will be downstream. So that's a reason to avoid the downtime. We just try to split all the load into multiple server. Master, if it is down, yes, the slave will take the privileged and deploy the pipeline. I mean, the pipeline will not be in downtime, so we can achieve the high availability. Okay, so it is depends again, based on your utilization, you can bring up multiple slave. In such cases, you can see master will be running in AWS data center, slave will be running in, your on-prem. How can we integrate? All our SSH authentication, all are. If you go all the tool, they are making the SSH authentication. Okay, you can generate the key and shell. the key into the to the slave, then the master will make the handshake with the help of SSH. Right. So now I'm just going to bring up master. Then let's try to install the Jenkins package top of the master. And again, we'll go back and bring up to slave. All right. So Linux is pretty much important. So I'm just going to use most of the cases. I'm just going to use shell script as well. Linux command. Linux is pretty much important. Okay. So let's try to understand. Let's bring up a master. I hope everyone know how to create EC2 instance on AWS, right? I'm just going to spin up. Anybody having questions so far? Anybody?
Yeah, Karthik. So you told like we will be having master and two slaves, right? So I just want to know like if when master is down, slave will be acting as a backup server, right?
No. See, when I say high, see, when the master, if it is done, slave, if it is bringing up, that concept is called failover. I stated high availability. When I mention high availability, all the server has to be in running. Any one of the server, if it is down, this job will move into other server. Make sense?
Okay.
High availability and failover is completely different algorithm. It's difference. It does.
Okay. So you are telling then replica, right?
Not see, partially I would say
So
replica. Yeah, partially I would say replica, but even though, it is distributing the load, right? If I'm not there, I'm distributing the load to team.
okay.
There is no replication. We are scheduling the task, right?
Okay. So slave will be doing the master job.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. You can see that Jenkins master slave, Jenkins master and slave concept. You can uh, see here, it is distributing the load. So master and multiple agents are there. Okay, master, it is controlling. Okay, let's see. Practically, we'll understand. Perfect. I hope that's what, I hope everyone knows how to create EC2 instance. Anybody doesn't know how to create instance? Do let me know. I can share the steps.
Karthik, can you please share the steps because I am not aware of AWS.
Oh, you did not attend AWS session?
No, actually, I requested for a Azure session, but they said the batch will start by next week, like that.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. I will share the steps. Apart from that, everyone you studied AWS under me, I believe. Correct?
Also, I studied under Nishant, somebody else.
Okay, okay, great. I think so. Rest of you.
I haven't attended Karthik.
Oh, you did not attend my AWS session?
No.
So could you please throw that AWS document so that it will be useful for us?
I'm sorry, AWS document?
No, the materials, the study material kind of stuff, for AWS.
No, 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 no. That is, I cannot able to share. I can share only how to create EC2 steps. Complete the materials. I'm not. So this is the steps. Okay, you just follow. I will share this. Okay. Even I have taken prerequisites. What are the prerequisites for DevOps I have taken? I'm not sure why you guys were not there. I'm not sure, but you should know that. Fine. So I will share the steps only. Okay, I'm not going to share the complete documents. I will share the steps. You just follow the steps. How to create EC2 instance. Great. So let me spin up. I'm just going to spin up EC2 instance of already to server, which is, I'm sorry. Okay, let me spin up to server, launch EC2 instance. So ideally, see here, when you started DevOps tool installation, Windows will not come into this picture. Okay, none of the tool, it is not supporting. I mean, if you go Kubernetes, Docker, we are not preferring to go with the Windows. You may face the performance issue. Even you can see in the industry level, they are not preferring Windows platform. If you go DevOps, that's the reason. Or most of the organization, they are expecting, who knows, Linux plus DevOps, right? All the tool which it is supporting Linux daemon, I mean Linux kernel. So Windows kernel also it is supporting, but especially Kubernetes, for Kubernetes it is not supporting. And again, if you install also, we are facing some performance issue. So that's the reason. And again, at the second page, you can see most of the in Microsoft product, if you want to install, we need to buy the license. But Linux, it's open source. So that's the reason we are preferring Linux. Same, let me follow to pick up of Linux AMI. And for master, I'm just going to choose the hardware optimization, which is T2 small, because minimum we need 2 GB. You just don't spin up, I mean, T2 micro, don't choose. Minimum we need 2 GB. And when you are installing Docker Kubernetes, minimum we need 16. Okay, if you selected 4 GB after install, the tool will keep on throw the error. Hardware is not sufficient to boost or initializing the tool. Right, so all the tool, it does some prerequisites for hardware. I'll mention. Okay, so now you just pick it up, a T2 small, 1 core and 2 GB RAM. Even you can go with the T2 micro, especially for Jenkins, but definitely while building the jobs, we are going to face a trouble. You may see the performance issue. So that's the reason I'm just going to pick up T2 Smart. It is paid service, I agree, but once if you done the hands-on, please keep it in the stop state. Right, so configure instance, and here I'm just going to choose the default VPC. Let me try to deploy it 1C, and we need public IP. So I'm just going to enable. Don't buy Elastic IP. Elastic IP, I hope you know, it is quite expensive. So don't enable Elastic IP. And so the private IP automatically it is going to assign, let it be. Add storage, minimum I need 30 GB. I mean, tool record 4 GB, and rest of when we are building the jobs, right? So all the database we need to create on the Jenkins itself. So we need some space, and add tag. I'm just going to mention the name, which is Jenkins server, right? Jenkins server. And security group, I need to create the security group for Jenkins. Let me create. So SSH, that is the remote protocol. Let me open, and you just open the port number 8080 for Jenkins. I'm just going to make it anywhere. So publicly we are accessing. Again, I'm just going to launch the keeper. Already I downloaded the keeper. Okay, so I'm launching. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. So I just pinned up the server. Now let me log in into the server, which is Jenkins server. Just copying the public IP. Let me open my terminal. Okay, I just saved all the key pair over here. So Singapore 3 pin file I do have. I'm just going to log in into this terminal. Perfect. So here you can see. Okay, I'm just going to create new tab, which is All right. Perfect. So I just logged in into my terminal. So here you can see the PIM file, which is Singapore 3 dot, right? So that is our PIM file. That is my PIM file. I'm just going to log in into the server. SSH-I. Who all are using Windows, you need to convert the PIM to PPK, right? Using by Putigen. I hope you know that, right? Am I audible?
Yeah, Karthik.
Okay. So the username for Linux EC2-user, that is my username, and let me paste the IP. I'm just connecting with the server. All right. So now I'm into this Jenkins server. You can see 81. I'm into this Jenkins server. So before installing the tool, we need to configure the host name, right? So that is the mandatory. You just go to get it instead of this server, and I'm just going to the location /etc/ssh/sshd_config. In this location, you can see in this location by default, password authentication they commented. You just go down here, just go down. See here, ash. Yeah, so when it is popping ash, it is commented. Already we discussed over that AWS class, correct? Who attend under me, I explain the Linux, the prerequisites for DevOps. I mean, all the Linux command we understood, all the Linux in the sense which it is required for the real time, right? So I'm just going to make uncomment, and here I just want to comment. All right. So once if I commented, then you can see password authentication, it should be no. I mean, this option will be disabled, this option will be enabled. Already stated, the master slave, it is communicating between each other using by SSH. Right, I'm just going to save this file, and I just want to restart SSHD, SSHD restart. Okay, so now SSHD is restarted. If you want to see the process ID -EAF pipeline, you just use this, correct? For SSHD, you can see the process ID. These are the dependency which is running. So 3378, 3396, 3483, 3485. So these are the process ID for all the user. See here, we are using root user, SSH allowing, EC2 super user, SSH allowing. Perfect. So next we need to change the host name. Again, go to the location of host name. Here, I'm just going to change the host name, which is Jenkins master. Again, let me go and save. See, now you can see the host name. It is not reflecting. What should I do? If host name is not reflecting, anybody? Anybody? No, what should I do?
Start
Are
the
we
service.
No. Which service do you want to start?
are we working on Jenkins or the EC2 instance?
EC2 instance, top of EC2 instance, we are going to install Jenkins. Jenkins is an open source tool. Okay, all the package you need to capture, you need to pull from the Red Hat repository, then install those package top of Linux. This Linux after install Jenkins would be considered Jenkins server. We do have some command, you can see how to install Jenkins on Linux. We do have package. I just go to here. See here what they recommending 4 GB. Okay, but even though I selected 4 GB and hard disk 30 GB would be fine. That is a prerequisites, and you can see these are the package we need to install. to bring up, we just selected not Debian, we selected open, sorry, Linux, right? So I'm just going to, yes. So it is our package. We just try to install this package. Okay. So I need to reboot the server. So then only the host name will get reflected. I think so. I explained over the AWS, I believe, Shiva, Indrani, some few participants you have taken under me, right? Pooja, Rashekar, you know, right?
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah, okay. It is getting reboot now. Let's see. Go back to monitoring. So server, it is getting reboot. Let's see. Okay, so again, let me try to log in. SSH, yeah, perfect. See, now it is popping the Jenkins master. You can see now the host name, it is reflecting. Again, let me go back. I just logged in into, I'm sorry, root user. Right, so now let's try to update the machine and update -I. So M package I'm just using. So the server, it is getting update. So Java, that is the prerequisites. Okay, we need to install Java, then you can go and install the Jenkins package. Perfect. So now you can see you can, I just want to install Java. So yum install, let me install Java 1.8. I'm just going to install 1.8 version, right? From the yum repository. So that is the prerequisites before installing Jenkins. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, perfect. So now you can see where is, Java we just installed, right? So you can see it is in this location, and Java version. I just installed 1.8. That is the updated version. Okay, so now let me try to install the package and just going back and copy these commands, right? So I just want to install the package. You can go with Red Hat or Linux, I mean CentOS, whatever. So because Linux, it is customized by AWS, so nothing but CentOS. Okay, I'm just going to install this package. Just copy, come back, just paste it over here. So it is getting installed of your Jenkins. I just want to upgrade your repository as well. And upgrade. Okay, so now perfect. So Jenkins package, it's trying to get update. Let me download the dependency. Okay, now it's downloaded this. So it is downloading the Jenkins package too. I will share this URL over this Excel sheet. Let's go back and connect it. Here, May 7 a.m. I hope everyone having access. Let me create a new tab. It is for Git. Okay, so I'm just going to write it on Git. And again, let me create new sheet, which is Jenkins. So I can write the installation URL. Okay, so you can follow this URL. All right. Okay, so this is URL. Perfect. So now the package it is
I think
downloaded.
we need to have EC2 instances, and then we should install Java before
Installing Jenkins.
Jenkins.
That's correct. That's correct. Correct. Daemon, I need to reload. For Linux, of course, daemon it is very important. I'm just going to reload the daemon. So now let's see the service Jenkins status. So Jenkins service, it is inactive. Okay, I need to make active. Let me go back and start the service. Perfect. Now again, let me see. Perfect. So now it is running. So you can see Jenkins tool, which is running now. And all right. So this is recently they have released this packages. Okay. So now Jenkins, it is running. I have done the command. I need to create the password, to access this UI. Already stated, if you want to access this UI, we need to open the port number, which is 8080. You can see netstat TULPN. You can see the port number, which is 8080, should be open. Still, it is not open. TULPN. I just want to see. Yes. So now 8080 port, it is open. So using by Java, you can able to integrate with your Jenkins. See, these are quite important. When you are facing the troubleshoot, let's consider. Let me give example. See, I just deployed a Java application. Okay, on top of your Jenkins, it is running. So ideally, the third build, it is not happening. Let's consider your daemon is not supporting for this third job, and third it is getting failed, fourth it is getting failed, fifth. So continuously job, if it is getting failed, you can consider that would be the tool problem. So during the time, these configuration files are very important. Okay, you can see these are the configuration file for Jenkins. We should know that. And any jobs, if you want to trigger for all the jobs, it's going to be creating the specific path. Okay, when I'm facing any troubleshoot issue, I can go and pick the path and do the resolve the bugs over there itself. All right. So now, yes, now 80 it is opening. I will give you the path location which it is frequently we are using. I'll give those path. Now the tool, it is open 8080, but in local firewall itself you need to open. So UFW, right? So open 8080 port number in UFW. That is your Linux firewall. We just opened UFW. Now you can see I mean, you can see that public IP, which is this, right? So I just want to expose using my curl command along with the A0, right? A0. So it should expose. See here what it is telling, authentication is required, which means Jenkins trying to expose, but I'm facing some authentication issue. You can see the same IP and port number. I'm just going to deploy into the URL. Okay, let me take this. You can see again, it is going to show authentication. See, this is what it is popping. I don't have a administrator credential to expose this tool. You can see that. Again, you can see that. So for this, we do have the command to generate administrator password. Then you can reset the password. The command which is yes. So perfect. This is the command you can see. I just want to generate the password. You can come back here. So this is your password. I'm just going to copy this password. Let me try to paste it over here. Okay, let's continue. Right. So now it is allowing us to log in into the Jenkins tool. Okay. See here in Jenkins, plugins are very important. Okay, without having the plugins, we cannot able to do any performance. Let's consider here, you do have a Java application. For that Java application, I just want to build as a .war file. I need a plugin. For this plugin, using my Groovy script, I can create. That is what I was telling. So Jenkins is a platform, and top of the platform, based on your requirement, you need to customize the plugin. Then Jenkins will do the performance over there. So now it is telling some prerequisites plugin we need to install. See, already in Jenkins 2500 plus plugin, it is there. Okay. You can pick that the default plugin, or else if you want to customize, you can create your own plugin using by Groovy script, right? So now I just want to install the prerequisites plugin. I will go and install, because let's consider the Jenkins want to communicate with the GitHub. So for this also I need a plugin, or else it won't. If I do have a code in SVN subversion, right? If I want to integrate, create plugin, or I have a 10 DevOps engineer. All the DevOps engineer, they are being part of Active Directory, obviously, right? Let's consider, Navya at the rate IBM.com. So she is part of IBM. So this users, I just want to integrate with my DevOps pipeline. So she has some activity she want to do that. How can we integrate? We need plugin. So plugin, it is mandatory. I'm just going to install the default plugin. You can see once if I started to hit on that, you can see Git plugin, it is installing, LDAP plugin, it is installing, email notification plugin, right? And plugin for .NET Gradle, which is build tool, and you can see Maven also will be there. SSH build agent for master slave. These are the default plugin. It started getting installed. All right, so let's wait for a minute. It has to get installed.
So UI is required for this, Karthik, or can't we do it on command line?
No, both we record. See, in UI, what are the activity if you're doing, right? It's gonna be sit at the backend, right? So, I would say the basic troubleshoot you can able to resolve over the UI. In the configuration file itself, if you want to do any changes, we need a backend. Got it? Both we record.
Okay.
See, while installing, I will show you, it is going to generate the path over here. I will show you. Okay, let me see. Jail slash etc log slash etc. What is the location to see the log? Slash etc here. Syslogs. Where is that? Let's see. More sync up. You can see this. So, okay, it's telling it is no, not this file. So you can see the logs, the file log syslogs location, syslogs location. Sorry. Location. Server. So you can capture all the logs. Go to official. Okay, let me go here. Oh, where log? Okay, okay, got it. Just going back.
I think your Jenkins is also installed under Fire, right?
Yes, you're right. Here is this log. Here in this location they are telling. Is it okay? Get console. Okay, that's correct. Okay. In this, oh, it is not directory. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should not use cd command. Use tail command slash var log and syslog. Syslog. What is not there? Here I can see. Jenkins, okay, it is created, fine, but let me get it instead of Jenkins. So here, yes, Jenkins logs, it is there, perfect. So get into, instead of this Jenkins log, I can see that. Let's consider, see here, it is getting installed, the plugin, you can see it's downloading. Makes sense. See, let's consider the client, they are asking us to submit the past 15 days Jenkins logs. I can go and capture. It's getting installed. You can see that. This is for tool level. In job level, it is different. Job level also we can capture the logs. Okay, so how many times, let's say Ravi, he keep on repeating to build the same job. I can capture the logs. I will show you. Okay, perfect. Now I'm just going back. Still it is getting installed. See, we record both, Ravi.
Okay.
Yeah. So installation, perfect. It's taking time to pull the packages from the Jenkins repo. These are, I would say the default plugin, which is available in Jenkins repository itself. So it is pulling from there. until
So here Maven is not there. So if we want it, can we add it from yum repo, or how exactly we can do that?
I'm sorry, Nohan.
Maven, we cannot see Maven here, right?
Mhm.
So if Maven plugin is required, from where can we install that?
Oh, Maven. I'm sorry. Yeah, we are going to install manually. After builded, after bringing up this tool, we are going to install Maven. It's taking time to install. So far, how many session is done? That's very 7 session. So still we do have 30 more session. 28 exactly.
So if you don't mind, can I ask this, when is a new AWS session going to happen?
Enrollment, it is going on probably next week, Monday or Wednesday. It's going to be start, yeah. So 8 to 9.
All right, thank you.
Oh, it's taking time to get installed. All right. Meanwhile, let me share this command. Story. Just going to paste it over here. All right. So you can copy all this command. Perfect. I think so. It may take time to get installed. Let's see my CPU. It's not. Which is. That's my log. It is fine. It's not getting spiked, but even though it is taking time to get installed. Okay. I think so. From the repository, while pulling writes, it's taking some time to get downloaded. Okay. Or else, I think so. It may take another 10 minutes. I feel. After build it, only I can do some activity on top of Jenkins. All right, so almost it is getting. So meanwhile, you can bring up the Jenkins machine as well. Okay, some plugins are not getting installed. Right. See all the the prerequisites plugin it is installed. Now first let's try to create the user. I'm just going to create username. Let me put it over here, admin. Okay, so we can remember quickly. Admin, sorry, admin@gmail.com. Let me give that name. Save and continue. This is your URL. You can copy and paste at your document. Save and all right. So now Jenkins machine it is ready. All right. So again, if you want to cross verify that logs, you can go to use tail. Yes, perfect. Everything it is completed. Previously it was popping in progress. Now everything it is done. Now again go back and come back to the root location. I'm into this root location. All right. So this dashboard is very important. Okay. Now, how to create the user, how to build the pipeline, everything we are going to understand. So what I would suggest, please bring up the same tool at your console itself, right? So probably uh, tomorrow you guys are free. So I'm free. If you are free in the sense, we'll have session on tomorrow around 9 o'clock or 9:30 if you feel comfortable.
Okay, for
Okay.
me.
Yeah. So okay. Oh,
Okay.
oh, great. Okay. So then can I schedule around 9:30 to 11? Is it fine?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So then let me schedule on tomorrow 9:30 to 11. We do have session. All right. Perfect. So I'm just going to stop the server. Okay. So again, we'll bring up on tomorrow. Cool, guys. Fine. Thank you, ma'am. We'll meet up on tomorrow at 9:30. Bye-bye.
Hello, Karthik.
Yes.
Yeah, in Git there is one command cherry pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's a command and what it will do? I can't get the point when I study in Google. It's confusing.
Which one, Karthik?
Git cherry pick. I just surfed in Google. It came like cherry pick.
Git cherry pick.
Cherry pick. I just saw whether the command is there or not. I'm just asking for.
I have never used that command. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. I just asked for confirmation. While searching some Git commands in Google, I just saw. So I just.
Okay, no problem. Let me look into that and I'll tell you tomorrow. No problem.
Yeah, sure.
And yes, thank you. Kritika, still I'm sorry. I just completely held up with the office work. So due to that, I'm not able to spend time. Are you there, Kritika? Are you there? Kritika. So okay, so tomorrow let me do one thing. Whoever having the troubleshoot right, you just share me your screen. In the last 30 minutes or 20 minutes, you can share me your screen. I can help you out. Right. All right. Thank you.
I
Bye
think
bye.
one thing.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
sorry. I need one suggestion actually. Can I just connect like later? Is it okay? So to connect separately with you?
Yeah, no problem. You just reach out to me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.